It's a comment.
Okay.
You know, in African setup, when you are talking about giving and you don't want somebody to know, and in the African setup, let's take it, you are my father, you are my uncle, and you've given me something. What I heard is that you have to wake up very early in the morning. At first, what I know is that you go to the person's house and knock on the person's door to say thank you. If you don't do that, it means you are ungrateful. That's what we learned growing up. But now, I remember some time ago, a woman had to wake up very early in the morning and come to our place. And I was asking, why is she here? And they were like, she came today. I'm like, this early morning, for what? It's like, thanking somebody has followed some structure, and it's like a cultural way. If you don't do it that way, you are disrespectful. Somebody made a comment, and the person is very old, and the person is like a good Christian, I'm sure. And the person said he went to some people's house to give a gift, and they said thank you. They thanked him and everything. And he was passing in front of their house, and they were like, oh, we are still thanking you again. And the person went to tell his friend that these people, they don't respect. When I went to give them something, they didn't come to my house to say thank you.
But they are public.
Yes, public. But when I'm passing, and when I heard it, I kind of didn't blame them because they were quite young. The people were around my age. And if I have thanked you, I think it's enough. Because me, if I do something, I don't want you to thank me. But it's like, it's an African, I don't know if it's an African something, that you have to say thank you like 10 times before it's enough. Is it wrong for me to just say thank you once?
It's not wrong. It's fine. I mean, it's also, I think what most people we should do is that, again, man likes to be praised. Man and woman, we enjoy. It makes us. It puts us in a different level in this world. That I have been thanked. They've thanked me. They appreciate me. And so, like the preaching. Oh, this preaching was so good. Oh, Pastor, you did a great job. And the devil will be saying, you see how they are praying. The next moment you are going to, So we always say that. We give thanks to God every time. So we taught the children, and they keep saying, my tongue is filled with thank God. We thank God every time. They say, don't thank me. When something is done, say, we thank God. We thank God. And of course, they should be thanking people. But first, when you thank them, you say, thank you. I remember, in Lagos, for example, it was so common that we will say it. We thank God. 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 We say that often because it's to show appreciation for what God has done or what through someone. So we say, instead of saying thank you, we say we thank God, and the person will say we thank God. We respond. So yes, saying it once is enough, but at the same time, when you are thanking the person, always let the person say we thank God. May God bless you for what you've done, and let the person know that you are adding God's blessings to it. Or you can just use God's blessing instead of just saying that thank you. Let the person know that God will reward the person 100-fold, and so on. So it is. Yeah, that should be enough. We don't need to broadcast, and we need to remove tradition, because that is what the Pharisees were doing, and the Lord Jesus Christ rebuked them that the Pharisees, even when children are supposed to help their parents, and the child will say, oh, Mom, Dad, this thing that I needed to give you, I should have given it to you, but I want to make it as an offering to God. They are diverting, what they're supposed to do, their responsibilities, and by saying that they have offered it to God, which it's not proper. But we need to really ask the Lord to help us so that we can switch on our thinking, our scriptural thinking responsibilities. That what does Christ want us to do? We need to have a deeper understanding of what we are doing, what we've been doing all this year, like all these our brothers and sisters, we have to be saying that, this is what God's word says. Do you know? Do you not know? Do we? I mean, it's anyway. Again, the responsibility is on the pastors, the shepherd, because God has said, if you are the shepherd, you are responsible for the members. But because some people don't submit to the leadership of the church, of the pastors, that's what happens. But once everybody submits to the leadership of the church, that, okay, this is our pastor, this is our minister, this is our leader, and we are going to follow. Of course, we know that in Africa, we take our leaders very, very seriously. We honor them, we follow, we revere them. We even take them as God. We're not supposed to that level, but then we revere them, which is fine, which is honorable, which is good. But over here, some of us come here and we are materialized. We are, I want to say Americanized. I'm saying materialized, or should we say socialize ourselves into extent where we think grace that was given to us and means that, well, I have God's grace, so I can do what I want. I can disrespect. I can do what I can disobey. I can do anything because I am, well, some people even think that, well, I'm equal. I'm equal to you, so why should I, and God has provided the leadership. And he says the man is the head of the house, and Christ is the head of the man, and God is the head of Christ. And so if God had set up the hierarchy, but we disobey, and we know, well, in the Bible, in the scriptures, in the Old Testament, Miriam, she looked at her junior brother, Moses, and said, you didn't you do this? Didn't you, you married somebody who is not this and this and this and, and see what happened to her. She almost died, But nowadays we have, and Moses had to pray for the sister. Say, Lord, please, no, don't do that. Please, 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 forgive her, forgive her. But we don't fear God, and some women have taken on the responsibility that, well, I'm also good enough. I'm also, then we have to humble ourselves. Even men, we all still have to honor those who are in authority. And we all agree. The head pastor is still there. He said he is the head, fine. He's, and that's why we still send the offerings to him. And so let's do that. Let's continue to honor, and we allow God to give us the guidance so that we would do everything in honor of God. It's all because of God we are doing it, not because of man or woman or so. That's so. Let us please commit everything into God's hands.